I have a fight coming up on ABC. If Khamzat Chimaev should win, I would love to do a fight with him and Colby.
What are you doing?
Heating up, bro. I'm heating up. I'm heating up. It appears that Colby Covington will be the next opponent for Khamzat, and honestly, as a Khamzat fan, I actually favor this matchup more than I do for the Gilbert fight. However, I do believe that Colby is probably a better fighter than Gilbert, and honestly, if Kamaru Usman didn't exist, Colby would probably be the guy that's running the welterweight division. Styles make fights, and honestly, I really believe that's what you saw this past Saturday at UFC 273. The two biggest things, the two glaring things that I saw that stuck out to me, the threats that Gilbert posed, right away was the power in his hands. I mean, being at like a 4 or 5 inch reach at disadvantage, the big looping hooks, the overhands, that was probably his like high percentage chance of landing a punch and potentially ending the fight. I mean, with the kind of power that he has, and then also the submission threat on the ground. I mean, Gilbert's a multiple-time jiu-jitsu world champion, competed in ADCC. You didn't really see Khamzat do too much to employ his smash tactics. You saw it kind of early on in the fight. He took him down pretty early, and then in this, towards the end of the first round when he dropped Gilbert, he started going for the ground and pound, and when he based on Gilbert's head to start throwing the ground and pound, as soon as he based on his head, Gilbert threw up an armbar. When you look at Colby, easily his biggest threat is his cardio, and legend has it Khamzat probably has just as good, if not better, cardio than Colby. But realistically, Colby has no power in his punches. He couldn't bust a grape, and I mean, really, his grappling isn't really dangerous either. He's a wrestler. He doesn't really have much jiu-jitsu, much submission game. I mean, Colby has the same amount of knockouts as he has submissions, and that's not really saying much for Covington. Also, too, think about it. When was the last time we really saw Colby fight somebody that's young, that's hungry, outside of the champion? If you look at all the people he's really beat, Jorge Masvidal's definitely a little bit past his prime. Then you look at Robbie Lawler, definitely a little bit past his prime. Tyron Woodley, a little bit past his prime. Damian Maia, like all these guys are old. And looking back on Khamzat's performance, there was nothing really that scared me. I mean, I think it's just a bunch of small adjustments that he really has to make. The second round, he got dragged into a brawl. If you look at the first round when he was just using his jab and occasionally dropping that right hand, he dropped Gilbert with that jab, and his right hand was beautiful. His counters looked amazing. Then Gilbert started landing some shots on him, and I think Khamzat's ego got involved. I mean, coming in 5 fights in the UFC, beating the #2 guy in the world who's very experienced, definitely says volumes for the type of guy you are, especially only fighting like 4 years in MMA is absolutely insane. If you're asking for an honest opinion and a prediction for me for this fight, I think that Khamzat would win, and realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if Khamzat actually finished Covington. If you look at Covington's past 2 fights against Masvidal, against Usman, he's been dropped both times, and I would honestly argue that Khamzat probably has more power than both those guys. I cannot wait for this fight. I'd love to see it happen. I hope the UFC books this. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys see this fight playing out? Do you guys agree with me? Do you think this is a better matchup for Khamzat? I've launched my Patreon. Every single week, I'm going to be uploading another video on Patreon, completely exclusive, more like lifestyle stuff so you can get a better look into my life. I'm going to be posting my bets on there every single weekend for all the UFC cards, and then just a bunch more stuff as time goes on. If you guys have any ideas, things you guys want me to post on my Patreon, let me know. Whatever you guys want me to do, I will post that. It's very cheap. It's only like $3 a month. It's a way that you guys can support me, and it really helps me grow so I can level up and use that to build the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, I'll catch you guys later.